This is exactly why I say to get your crypto off of these exchanges. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So first off, the market is doing basically what we did expect it to do. That run up to about 25 to 28K. We have been waiting for it and, really kind of watching for the market to play into it. I think that the CPI report, that came out earlier today was key for that. I think that it was a catalyst event to push the market even higher, and we basically are seeing that. Currently, the overall crypto market cap is up about 7.47%, sitting at $1.16 trillion market cap in general. On the 24-hour span, we are seeing a lot of altcoin breakouts happening. Avi and even Synthetics, two of my favorite holdings of mine. They are not substantial holdings, but these are two that I have been mentioning quite a bit on this channel, as well as eGold. eGold is up currently about 12.28%. And we do see some nice gains across the board right now. You'll love to see it on the 7-day span. The 7-day span is where we are seeing a lot of price movement. I mean, I'm not even going to mention Celsius, but a lot of these other tokens are doing some nice double-digit figures, as you guys do see. Now, I just want to warn you guys that although these gains are great, I am looking to de-risk a bit once we do hit about 25K on Bitcoin to my trading account. I do have a trading account with MEXC as well as a long-term bag that I do have on my ledger, just to kind of be transparent with you guys. But I did say, to pay attention to what mainstream media is doing. And we do see down here, this got posted earlier yesterday. NASDAQ enters bull market, exit worst bear market since 2008. Tech stock inflows hit record levels for Bank of America clients last week. And yeah, like I said, there's going to be, I would not be aping into any positions right now. In fact, even my trading account, a lot of my trades that I'm in were entered in about 10 days ago or so. So right now, I would just be, cautious if you are trying to enter into this market. This is a warning to everyone out there. Also, for anybody who is utilizing any exchanges or Hotbit in general, we do see a breaking Hotbit crypto exchange to suspend trading deposits and withdrawals after senior managers were subpoenaed for allegedly violating criminal laws. And this is not a very substantial exchange, but they do have over $350 million in 24-hour volume, equivalent to almost 15, or I should say almost 14,000 Bitcoin. And you can see all of their markets, and you can see quite a bit of volume, being pushed into Bitcoin and Ethereum. These are their top two, and also even Shiba. Wow, funny. But yeah, these are their main markets, as you guys do see. And like I said, this isn't a very substantial exchange. Let me actually search it up over here. We can actually see. So it's number 156 on the list of exchanges. So it's not a very substantial one, but this is still quite a bit of volume. So if this exchange is going to be the next one that goes insolvent or possibly has some legality issues, this could affect the market quite a bit. And what I say about this market is, if you have FUD that doesn't really account to anything, this market will manipulate it, and retail will go crazy. They'll panic and they'll panic sell. We see it all the time, especially even going back to 2017, 2018, where China was banning Bitcoin on a daily basis, basically. But today I actually want to talk to you guys about some exciting things. We do see here HSBC executive and Swift board member joins Ripple to support continued global growth. This goes back to 2016, and you might be wondering, well, why am I bringing up news from over 6 years ago now? The reason why I bring this up is it's more so the connections to HSBC. So down here, we do see Treacher joins Ripple from his recent position at HSBC's Global Head of Payments Innovation, where he established a new team focused on applying emerging fintech to solve customer challenges in digital payments, trade, and supply chain. Projects under his leadership included establishing an alternative to traditional models for international mobile payments and driving the adoption of blockchain and DLT in general. So this is actually a pretty big connection to what we are talking more so about in today's video, which is this connection going over to Ashley Prosper 1 on Twitter, where she did post this screenshot from this PDF file. And we're going to break that down here in a second, but this is the main thing that we, do see in this PDF file down here, where it is under payments. Here's a little bit more of a zoomed in version of this, but it's under DOT in the capital markets. Payments. DOT can streamline end-to-end value transfers, reducing cost, operational risk, and settlement periods. For example, Ripple's XRP ledger provides real-time cross-border settlements using tokens that represent central bank currencies. In foreign exchange, HSBC's FX Everywhere tool processed more than 3 million intercompany FX transactions worth $250 billion in its first year. Now, why do I bring this up? Why do we talk about this? Well, first off, HSBC is a giant in regards to the banking sector. Not only that, but they also do put a spotlight in on the capital markets area. And the capital markets area is $124.4 trillion globally. But not only that, but when we actually look at capital markets on Ernst & Young's website, it's ey.com in general, this is under banking capital markets. And it's talking more so about how new entrants are redefining cross-border payments in general. This goes back to February of 2021, where they were discussing $156 trillion payment flows in 2022 for cross-border payments. Obviously, this is a ripe for disruption market, and they do mention a few entrants, but they also do. I'm pretty sure that they actually mention Ripple down here. So let me actually see if they do mention Ripple. So yeah, they don't mention Ripple here, but they do talk more so about how this market is ripe for disruption. Again, when we talk about the cross-border payment market, Ripple has been positioned in that market to really kind of fully disrupt it. But let's actually dive in real quick to, of course, DLT. They do say, what are the most compelling use cases for DLT in the capital markets? And yes, this is from HSBC's Securities Services PDF file. If you guys do want to go check it out, you guys are more than welcome to go check it out by just searching up DLT in capital markets, HSBC, or even, HSBC just with like Ripple's name on it as well. But they do talk more so about DLT and the efficiencies around it. They do also mention what is most important, which is the consensus, efficiency, resilience, and even trust, which is also why I say, pay attention to the most efficient technology stack under a lot of these DLT, because it will provide a lot of value to their use cases. And of course, they do mention payments. They also mention even bank finance, indicating lending, trade finance, and other forms of bank finance still rely on paper documents and manual processes. This feeds right into XinFin with XDC, which it's trade tech. That's a perfect use case for them to really fully disrupt. Fund administration, a distributed ledger, recording the creation and redemption and transfer of funds units would eliminate many of the current complexities of fund administration. Don't know which, asset would specifically play into that one. But then we also do see customer identification as well. And a lot of this is quoting, even Ripple's website, ripple.com. But you also do see R3 and even ASX. And there's a few other ones here as well. There's a few references. But I do think that when we really kind of look at the DLT market, we are still extremely early with what they could truly, adapt to in regards to industries, and even use cases in general. We really kind of look at a few of the use cases that we already see being ushered in and utilized on a day-to-day basis around DLT. I think that that's barely scratching the surface. I think that when we really look at tokenization, we're more so eyeing, real estate and many other markets as well. But they do talk more so about driven proof of concepts that we have seen with Bank of Canada, Bank of England, around again, HSBC. And it's more so about assessing the use of DOT for cross-border settlements, a project supported by a group of financial institutions led by HSBC. These are the main ones. And of course, yes, it is within Singapore as well, around the Monetary Authority of Singapore. The reason why I bring this up is, again, going back to the connections with Ripple, it goes as far back as 2016, and this is not the only time frame that we have seen this. In fact, going back to 2021, December 13th, Wells Fargo HSBC to settle Forex transactions using blockchain. The banking giants will use a blockchain product to settle US dollar, Canadian dollar, pound, and euro transactions. And we discussed this a little bit back then, but I don't think that we actually went in depth on this and connected the ties to, of course, Ripple. So let's actually dive into that. So overall, they are talking more so about this shared ledger to process US dollar, Canadian dollar, British pound, and euro transactions, with plans to expand the process to other currencies in the future. Now, if we actually look down here, the bank's blockchain-based settlement system uses HSBC's proprietary technology built on Baton Systems' blockchain-inspired core distributed ledger technology, an HSBC spokesman told CoinDesk. Now, we don't really have a full-on, connection here to Ripple. But what we do have is going back as far as May 27th, 2022, Ripple client SAB plans to expand business with help from the UK banking giant HSBC. We do see down here, SAB, which runs on Ripple, has signed an MOU with HSBC in order to expand its business in Saudi Arabia. To me, what this really kind of shows us is that not only does HSBC have exposure to Ripple and what they are really kind of doing with, again, SAB, which they have been working with SAB for a very long time around like the real-time payments area. And when we look at this and we really kind of address the concerns around banking currently, more so, how we could save these major banking clients massive amounts of money, as well as ease the payment flows within their internal systems. Why wouldn't HSBC choose Ripple? They're already working with them on multiple areas already, specifically around remittances, and they already have an on-demand liquidity corridor from Saudi Arabia to India, going back to 2019 with SAB as well. And we do see down here, as for HSBC, the collaboration with SAB is important to as this enables HSBC to gain more customers in the Middle East and manage their wealth for them, as well as to ensure seamless remittances for them, according to Nuno Matos, the bank's chief of wealth and personal banking. So what this partnership actually means around SAB as well as with like Ripple with HSBC is that HSBC now has the exposure of working with SAB to not only utilize but underpin Ripple's technology for remittances, as well as to have also other use cases around managing wealth as well. So this is actually pretty big when we go back to, of course, May. That's why we have to pay attention to a lot of these partnerships. But also going even back to that PDF file, the reasoning why I say it's important to see these documents where they do only address like Ripple, like they're only really addressing Ripple with XRP here. Like they do mention, I believe, R3 Corda at some point in this article. So yeah, they do mention this DLT platform created by R3, which is of course the main ones. It's like XRP and R3 have been discussed for such a long time, and there's actually direct connections with XRP and R3 as well in the past. But it's funny, right? When we look at the payments area for cross-border payments or settlements, more so specifically focusing on real-time settlements, the reasoning why I say focus on them utilizing Ripple and XRP as an example is it's similar to them not only understanding the technology, but if they didn't know that this technology was able to not only accomplish real-time gross settlement, but it's also the idea that they understand that it underpins almost every single inefficiency around that specific sector as well. They most likely utilize this at some point in time, or possibly are utilizing it already. That's why I always say, like, pay attention to the examples that a lot of these banks, give you. And sure, is this speculation? Yeah, 100%. But with all of the connections that we have seen with HSBC, even going back to 2016, I would say that it's a pretty good, moment in time to really kind of say, all right, well, when is HSBC going to be working with Ripple? Because they already have exposure through SAB's partnership with Ripple, and they're going to be expanding through them, which I think is incredible to see. I think that this is something very special. But also, why is HSBC such a massive giant? Well, when we actually go and look at HSBC's statistics, we do see down here we serve approximately 40 million customers through our global businesses, wealth and personal banking, commercial banking, and global banking and markets. Our network covers 63 countries and territories in Europe, Asia, the Middle East, and Africa, North America, and Latin America. And down here we do see that they have over 182,000 shareholders in 128 countries and territories. This is a very, very high-ranking banking client. And when we really kind of look at these giants around the banking sector, it begs the question on, if we do see, someone like HSBC utilizing Ripple technology, what could the utility price of XRP actually be if they are utilizing on-demand liquidity as a service? And again, like I said, SAB already as a client, as of late May 2019, already has set up an on-demand liquidity corridor from Saudi Arabia to India. We don't know specifics around like the payment flows in that corridor, but it is substantial, and I think that is something special to also mention. And also, just one last direct connection to HSBC. Going back to September 23rd, 2019, we do see down here the banking giant HSBC recently stated that XRP is a game changer. As per HSBC, Ripple's XRP crypto token is the ideal coin to cut cross-border payment times to a minimum. And yeah, I mean, this is exactly why I have been saying like we need to be paying attention to like the DLT space, but also to all of these major connections. I think that this ultimately, when we look at these examples, you could almost guarantee the fact that at some point in time they will be utilizing Ripple with XRP for payments. And again, like I know that this is more so around like the XRP ledger itself or DLT, but again, like around like the DLT space, XRP would most likely be the best source for these banks because again, with on-demand liquidity, the liquidity issues and the liquidity crises that do come up within the banking sector is fully solved within that area. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, a beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.